Hello Spurs fans, Paul the Hotspur hippie here. The only psychedelic soccer show on the internet. I still can't say that. I better have a sip of Coke here. Now I'll start off with something I didn't really want to talk about yesterday because it was quite fresh, or earlier in the stream, which was Dele Alli. And I was torn about talking about it because I saw a lot of things in the media and on YouTube about it, and I didn't want to just jump on the bandwagon without, clarifying some thoughts on it. I didn't want to just jump the gun, and because he was speaking about issues that are very close to my heart, actually, mental health. As you may know, I suffer from mental health myself. I've had severe depression and anxiety all my life. I'm not asking for sympathy. It's all right. As you get older, you find ways of managing it, I've been at times pretty angry about this whole thing. The main thing I'm really angry about is that we live in such a sick, pathetic world where, a guy's had problems. He's come out of having those problems treated. And by the way, I haven't even tagged this Dele Alli because I feel dirty, I try and live my life without having harm on my hands. I don't always succeed, but I always try and do that, But it really does get me down and a bit frustrated that he's had these problems and he's had to come out and speak about them publicly just to jump the gun on the press because they were all over it and they were going to print whatever shit they wanted, basically. And he's already suffered at the hands of the press before for various reasons. I don't want to go into too much depth into Dele's personal situation because it's trauma. Don't really want to talk about it for him. And what I'd be thinking, wouldn't it be nice to live in some sort of utopian parallel universe where he didn't have to say what he went through? And wouldn't it have been a nice story if none of us knew what was going on, but he got his act together or whatever, and he had a good season with Everton and became like something near or approaching the footballer we saw of him. And I don't think any of us had the right to know what happened in his private life. I really draw the line at going into entertainers or footballers' private lives. I think it's absolutely disgusting. And that's why I don't even watch that all or nothing thing, because it's too private for me. I don't want to see it, and it's probably all made up and staged bollocks anyway. And I feel like a hypocrite. Because it happened yesterday that I saw there was an interview on the stream, and so what did I do? What did we all do? We all went and watched the interview, didn't we? And myself, I don't know, not particularly proud of that. But you wanted to know how the guy was and things like that. But at the end of the day, when you think about it, we were just giving advertising revenue to a betting company, and that same betting company today, Sky, some of the headlines they came out with to generate revenue were absolutely disgusting. Now, I'm not saying anything about Gary Neville about this. Gary Neville was compassionate or whatever. It's just the machinery, the organisation behind the whole thing. So we all gave money to a betting company, and then loads of people all around the world have given revenue to these media companies that just take delight in pulling people's lives apart when it's none of our business. None of our business. So I felt really conflicted over the whole thing the past day or so. I've just done a video a couple of hours ago, just a quick talk on my perspective on and it is only my perspective on mental health. I know other people have got different perspectives. I'm not saying anyone's right or wrong. I was just giving my perspective. And the long story short is, for me, is that mental health is very, very complicated. And it's much more complicated than criticising a footballer when they have a bad performance. They're not the same thing to me at all. And I can say this as someone that, even though I've never been a professional footballer, I've done a few things in my life that have caught public attention, not in a bad way, but in a good way. And those things that I've done, they're probably things I've pursued because of my mental illness, because I don't feel like I kind of fit into this world, that the way things are things that I fundamentally disagree with at such a base level, that I've tried to find things that will allow me to be the human being I want to be and express what I want to be in different fields. And when I've done that, I've done it for that art or that sport's sake. And criticism or praise, in fact, I probably react worse to praise than criticism, to be honest. But criticism, I don't really care about when I'm doing that thing that I've found as an outlet for me to just escape all the bollocks of this stupid world we live in, where we all, you know, despite how we feel, and I'm talking about me as well here, you know, despite how we feel about Dele Alli, we all looked at it, you know, and I don't like that world. I really don't. So when I've tried to escape all that, and even this I'm doing, streaming, you know, it's an escape, you know, it's something I want to do. And so if any criticism comes my way while I'm doing this, I don't give a shit. It's not important to me, you know. So I'm pretty sure if someone with a mental health problem is doing something like football, something that they love, and they get a bit of criticism, I don't think that affects their mental health. It didn't with me. So, you know, I can't maybe put myself on other people. But if anything, criticism made me more determined to be better, and sometimes prove people wrong, which I have done in my life. And so I think to say that footballers shouldn't be criticised for when they perform badly or they're lazy is not right. That's my opinion. Because to me that's just really oversimplifying mental health. It really is, man. It really is. To say that, you know, mental health is caused by people booing you it's just not right. It's wrong. Well, I shouldn't say in every instance, but you know, it kind of, I think it washes over the complexity of mental illness, to be honest. Because mental illness is complex. It can surface through sometimes major terrible instances in your life. It can also surface through fuck all, through nothing, man, through nothing, you know. And I can speak with some other experience on this. I worked 2 years on a suicide hotline as a volunteer, and it's one thing I learned through that is, if someone's having those thoughts or thinking those thoughts, there's no really easy way of predicting it. It could be anything. It could be, you know, the final straw for some people could be burning the toast in the morning, you know. Might sound trivial to you and I, but to that person it's very important. So I think there's a big difference between mental health and players just getting merely upset because they're criticised. I think players getting upset because they're criticised is a completely different thing. Completely different thing. Anyway, I just thought I'd get that off my chest because I didn't really want to talk about it yesterday because, you know, there's a lot of things I can like relate to with as far as mental health goes. You know, not in specific circumstances, but just generally the perception that, you know, I know in my case that people think that depression just means you feel sad. Well, no, depression means that sometimes I can't get out of bed. And I don't know why. And it's just completely debilitating. And I don't know what starts it off sometimes. There are a few things I can keep a check on, you know, and as you get older, you get a bit better at these sort of things. But if someone booed me, That's the last fucking thing that would set one of those things off. So, you know, I don't know. I don't know. It made me pretty dismayed, the world we live in, to be honest. The media reaction and what Delhi's had to go through and bare his soul. You know, it's not on. It's his own business. And, you know, I know we all wish him well, of course. But for him to have to do that because he lives in a world where money is there to be made from all of us, from people's suffering and misery, absolutely disgusts me. Anyway, so I'll see what you say in the comments about that anyway. Didn't want to talk about it yesterday, but now I feel I can. And I'm not expecting people to agree with me on this. I know it's a very hot, you know, personal, emotional issue. And if I've said anything that offends or, you know, or maybe even triggers someone, I do apologise. It's not my intention. I'm just saying things from my point of view. I'm not saying that this is the way things are. I'm just saying this is the way I feel, that's all. I'm all about feelings, I'm not about facts, you know. But anyway, let's get on to other subjects, lighter news, because there's not a lot happening in the Spurs sphere. The only thing I did find was, well, one thing I did find and one thing I didn't find. One thing I did find, that's probably turned a lot of you off, all that sadness, but, you know, I just felt it was important to talk about. Fuck it, you know. Was Pierre-Emile Højbjerg seems to be hotting up. Let me see if I can. I can't spell his bloody name though, so how am I going to find it on Twitter? Is it? Yeah, there we go. I'll just. Well, I saw that there was I think it was a bid from Atletico. Was it Atletico Madrid? Atletico Madrid, and it looked like, I can't remember the number now because I can't find it, but it was a healthy old bid. So, you know, we get him out the door for a few quid. I think that'd be all right. I think he's done all right for the club, but I think the direction the club's going might not suit his style of play. I mean, you know, who knows? I've got to calm down a bit. I've got a bit of the funk from talking about that because it is something I care quite a lot about, actually. The other news I'm surprising I haven't seen actually is who is on the plane coming to Australia. Who's on the plane? Maybe someone's seen something out there. I don't know. But there's no news. Remember this time last year when they were flying out to Seoul, it was all over the place. These players have been left behind. It's almost like it was a press release. Now, I did look on a website and I've seen the West Ham squad, they've announced theirs. And it looks like from what I can see so far, we've kept a bit quiet about ours. No announcement, which is fair enough, I guess, fair enough. We still haven't signed any centre-backs. But I'm not too nervous about that. I've forgotten who it was I saw on a stream. Who was it? Was it Raj? Was it Barry, I mean? There was someone who's saying that, you know, that for this start of the pre-season, they're flying all the way over to Australia. There's a couple of players that aren't going to be probably match fit or ready to go. They've just come back into the training camp after international duty. So really, is it that important that we had all our new signings ready? And I think that's a fair point, actually. So I'm still not nervous yet about centre backs. We'll see what the whether we do actually sign any centre backs. You know, I started getting nervous thinking, are we only going to sign Clement Longley? Although that seems to be falling through. But there's no, you know, after this big media shark frenzy from those Fleet Street meathead hacks about us, you know, Tapsoba and Van der Ven and it's imminent, and you know everyone in the ITK community saying it's going to happen by the end of the week, and it's like, you know, nothing. So, you know, who's to know what's happening with that? Anyway, let's have a look here. Let's have a look. I didn't bring the comment thing up yet. Oh, bloody hell, that's ballsed it up, isn't it? Oh, I just had the whole Dele Alli thing on my mind and what I was going to say and what I wanted to get off my chest about it, and you know, sorry about this. I've just got to fart about a bit to find the comments now. I usually set this up when the countdown's going, but I was like, okay, get your ducks in a row, Paul. Just have a quick look here. Top chat. Why is it default at like top chat? Why can't it default at live chat? I want to see what everyone's saying now, you know. And then you click on this thing over here. Okay, so the first few comments I can't get up on the screen because I did this too late, but I'll just read them out. So who we got here? We got, of course, Yasarian. Good evening, man. I hope you're doing well. Come on, you Spurs. Afternoon hippies. That's right, man. We're all peace lovers here. Just want the world to be a better place. That's, you know, that's what I want, man. You know, that's why your guys' issues mean so much to me, because I think you had it sorted, man. You know, we came and sort of screwed it up a bit, to be honest, or screwed it up a lot. Brunsaus, good morning, mate. Hopping in the shower, listening to your chat in the background. Oh, bloody hell. It was, yeah, you know, I don't know if that made for a pleasant shower, man. Need some smooth lavender scents after that. Mental health is very complex. It is. It's just more complex than fucking booing a player or saying someone's shit. That's not it. That really isn't it. It just pisses me off, man. It pisses me off. Some people think that that's the only thing it's about. Fucking hell, man. Anyway, Ben, the connoisseur's mod of choice. Hello, Paul. Hello, Ben. Nice to see you, Ben Kaufman. Daniel Azido, I have a question for you, Paul. Would you take Dele Alli back after hearing everything he had to go through or not? Depends if he's good enough. Depends if he's good enough. I don't know. Simple as that. I mean, he's got a career at Everton. You know, hopefully it works out for him there. You know, competitive sport is still competitive sport. You know, not that I'm sort of saying this specifically about Delhi, but there's shades of, you know, sports becoming, everyone gets a ribbon for just taking part. You know, there's changes, for example, in the UEFA Champions League that I think are ridiculous. You know, we're going to be in a position where the top 5 places in the English Premier League qualify to go into a competition to be European champions. And now, because of the way they're doing the draw from 2024, I think it is, it's kind of seeded. So it favours the big clubs getting through, and there's going to be coefficients and shit. It's just a fucking mockery. Fuck it. This is going to be a sweary episode. Bollocks to it. I don't know, in a sweary fuck off world kind of frame of mind, which I get into from time to time. Mental well-being is such an important subject, says Ben Kaufman. Yeah, man, it is. It is. That's why I don't like seeing media outlets and betting companies making a profit out of it. And I feel uncomfortable talking about it on YouTube for the sake of getting likes and subscribes, which is why, you know, the video I did earlier today in this video, I'm not tagging it Dele Alli. I haven't put Dele Alli in the headlines because I'd feel fucking dirty, to be honest, for doing that. Oh, all right, we can, here we go. All right, we can go over here and we can bring out the first comment. Here we go, Mark Cousins. All right, I can feel nice and relaxed now. Here we go. I mean, there's not a lot of news going on. There's not a lot of comments, you know, so I've probably scared half the people off there. But, you know, that's the way it is, eh? I'm going to do this the way I want to fucking do it. Mark Cousins, be up, Paul. I think summer is over here. It's blowing a gale and raining. See, I've got hope for the Ashes, man, but we're still relying on 10 good good days of weather in England, aren't we? Which, I'm surprised we've had 3 completed tests so far. It doesn't happen that often. Usually one would be kind of rained off for a draw, wouldn't it? Bryn South hate the new Champions League set up too. I mean, it's purely about everything. Everything in the world is all about who can get the biggest slice of the pie of something that they don't even fucking own in the first place. And when I say they don't own it, they don't own football. Football came from the people. It's our game. It's been co-opted by billionaires and sports administrators. They're all corrupt and taking bungs and shit like that. And this latest Champions League, I mean, the whole Champions League was expanded in the first place just to keep big clubs happy. You know, there was nothing wrong with European competition as it used to be. I thought it was great because you know what? When you only qualify for European competition once every few years, it becomes something special. And the big one, of course, was the European Cup. You had to win your league to get into the European Cup. That was your price of admission into it. You had to be your country's champions, man. And only then could you fight for the right to be European champions. And then we had the Cup Winners' Cup. So you had to win your domestic cup to get into the Cup Winners' Cup. And then they brought in the UEFA Cup, second and third odd place, which is still prestigious enough because we've won it a couple of times, twice. But it's still something, you know. And then they expanded the Champions League. Why not expand UEFA Cup, maybe? You know, it's obvious that all they're interested in is keeping the big clubs happy through coefficients they're going to eventually bring in. So if you've had European success in the past, you've got more of a chance of getting in. And also the European coefficients affects how much you get out of the Champions League, which I think is atrocious. I saw the payments that were dished out last year, and Celtic went out in the first stage, but they still got less money than some other teams that went out in the first stage because of their European coefficient. You know, it's not a level playing field. You know, it's all this corruption, looking after the big boys, and just taking a 10% for yourself, so you can go on holiday in in the British Cayman Islands, where your businesses and domiciles are usually registered, or living in Monaco or some bullshit like that. I'll be a lot happier when I see Spurs play against West Ham. This is the time I get very down on the world, actually. Yeah, there we go. Mark Cousins. It was only the champions, man. What a brilliant cup. That was honour. And I heard Martin O'Neill talk on TalkSport the other week or the other day. And he was saying that, you know, Europa Conference, it's a made-up competition. And they were trying to say, oh, that's just because you've won the European Cup. And probably it might be a factor in his thinking, and fucking rightfully so. He won 2 European Cups when it was hard. When it was hard to do it. And now, you know, if Spurs finish 5th, or he finished 5th last year. Let's have a look. I've forgotten who finished 5th in the Premier League last year. So Liverpool finished 22 points behind Man City. And Liverpool could well be European champions this year. They finished 5 points ahead of Brighton. It's a joke. That is a joke. I don't mind that being the UEFA Cup. That's okay. That's cool. But the European champions? No, it's ridiculous. Israel Uncovered. Hey, Mark. I'll just go this one. Big up, Paul. Big up, man. Big up, Amir. I think more and more people are getting excited about your boy Solomon, aren't they? Which is cool to see. I'm getting excited about him. I don't know if you were around on a stream I was doing the other day when I'd sort of been watching a few Solomon sizzle reels, and I get it, you know, they're only the highlights. But yeah, interesting player, a bit different. exciting. What I liked about him was he he could cut inside, but not as a last resort. He'd be running up and then he'd just go diagonally in, taking players on. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be like a Ben Davies, a player's in front of him, so he tries to go inside because he's got nowhere to go. It'd be like Solomon would go up and then at a certain point of his own volition just start running in across the pitch. It was a really quite exciting way to play. So I'm looking forward to seeing more of him, man. Could be good. Side answer 83 says, G'day, man. Daniel Azido. Why are we facing Barcelona in a pre-match season so close to the first Premier match? Well, I suppose it's a test, eh? Nice to have a big test. I'm not against it. It seems like the days past where we used to go to Norway and play, Sporting Haddock and teams like that. I don't mind. Something exciting. What are you? But you don't seem like happy about it. What have you got? What's your reservation there, Daniel? I'd be interested to know, man. Because you might have a point that I hadn't thought of, basically. Audio Artisan, morning, bruv. Morning, man. Big up to me. Wayne Bonner, I read your comment earlier. Thanks, man. You raised a very good point. I've kind of just, I don't know if you saw the beginning of my stream, but I kind of, you got me on a train of thought there. So thanks for that, Wayne. You raised a very interesting point about mental health. How's it all going, everyone? Hope you're all well. Yeah, not so bad, man. The sun is just set. Even though I live in a pretty shitty apartment, when I look out that window, I can see the sun setting, beautiful red sky. Yeah, it's quite gorgeous. Paul, have you ever tried gold mining? Wow, okay. No, but okay. I've recently become obsessed with the show Aussie Gold. There's a show called Aussie Gold Hunters, is there? I've never heard of it, man. I've never heard of it. What's that? I suppose there is gold in them hills, but no. I mean, is it successful? I mean, I live here. Or is it going to be full of people from England with saucepans trying to hit it, strike it rich? One thing I have seen, though, on my random searches through the internet, and I don't know how I got onto this one. There's this channel, I can't remember what it was, but he reviews pay dirt. Apparently there's this like, how do I explain this? There's these companies you can buy bags of dirt from, and they're called pay dirt because they just dig them out of riverbeds and things like that. So there's going to be some gold in them. And they'll say like guaranteed, a tenth of a gram of gold or something like that. And you like pay, I don't know, $10 for it, right? So you pay $10 for this bag of dirt. And all his video is, he's got his little prospecting thing. And yeah, there is gold in it. But like everyone I've seen, he pays like £10 or for $10 for a bag, and it'll come out the gold is worth $5 or something like that, and that's a market rate. So I suppose if you go down to cash converters or gold mart, you probably get 50 cents for it. But I don't know, I found it quite interesting for a little bit. But no, I don't do gold prospecting myself, but maybe I should, man. Be a way out of this. Mark Cousins, the sheriff. European Cup and UEFA lose one tie and you're out. Yes, man, that was it. It was do or die, and that's why that's what made Tottenham so fucking good in European competitions, man. And I heard Steve Perriman say this once. He said, over 2 legs we could beat almost any team, and that was the test, wasn't it? Home and away. Not you got 6 games for nothing. Or it's going to be 8 games in the new Champions League forward. So you get 8 games. You get 8 games guaranteed instead of just 2 in the old days. So you get these, 8 games, loads of revenue. And it starts off with 36 teams. But instead of expanding it to include, it should by default include every country's champion. I don't care who they are. If it's San Marino, Faroe Islands, whoever, I don't care. All of the country's champions should be in the bloody thing. But you know, it's all seeded and weighted. So it starts off 36 teams, and then after eight games, only the bottom 8 get knocked out. Then teams between, I think, 9 and 24 or something like that, they play a knockout tournament before they all come together for the round of, I can't add up, probably 16. It's a farce. It's a farce. 24Z. I haven't seen the. No, I was saying this earlier, man. I was looking just before I went online because you know, especially as they're probably on the plane now. To be fair, coming out to Australia. And I remember last year that there was a big hoo-ha and announcement. These players have been left behind. Blah, 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 blah. But not so this year. If anyone sees anything, let me know. But I haven't seen it myself, you know. Derek Galloway, g'day, man. It's a new name, I think. Galloway. That's a line from The Third Man. I'm Galloway, not Callahan. I'm English, not Irish. Trevor Howard says it. Hello, everyone from Orange Park, Florida. Hey, hello. Oh, Florida, eh? I had a great holiday in Florida in 1994. 1994. God, that was a long time ago. Danielle, okay. Just that if, God forbid, one of our players gets a certain injury that close to the first Premier match, they'll miss the first few weeks or matches of the season. I suppose are they more likely to get an injury against Barcelona than, I don't know, Reading or Oxford United, or I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. You might have a point there, because I suppose maybe it's a bigger game, more atmosphere, a bit more adrenaline going. Yeah, possibly could be right. I'm just Scottish shit. Sorry, man. Fucking hell. Oh fuck. Bruce House, whoever decided the Champions League needed this strange change is a plonker. I know. What can you do, eh? What can you do? There's no reason for it, and the other thing, it detracts away from the domestic competitions in each country as well. Because now, like you take England for example, everyone, it's not just Tottenham, it's not just Daniel Levy and ENIC and Tottenham that's obsessed with top four. Every club is obsessed with top four. Arsene Wenger started it. He started it saying top four is like a trophy. And that's what it is now. It's like, yeah, we came 5th in the Premier League. We're winners. No, you're fucking not. You're losers, man. Second place is losers in the Premier League. Ali Go. Oh, okay. I stand corrected, Mark. Mark Cousins is on the ball here. Ali Gold said they were leaving this evening. Okay. So that means they'd be, let's assume they're flying over first class without a 24-hour stopover in Bangkok, going into the smoking glass coffin. Oh, God, those places are dreadful. So they'll probably be coming straight here, call it 24 hours. So if it's your evening, it's going to be Saturday morning here. So they'll be getting here Sunday morning. It'll take them a day to get over jet lag. No, it's probably right. Yeah, so Monday morning, Monday they'll be out training. There was an open training session. Hang on, let me have a look at this. I just want to see how fresh their legs are, because I'll tell you, coming around this way around the world, jet lag is bloody horrible, man. Let me see when their training is. I did see it earlier, but of course, you know, now I won't be able to find it, will I? Because I'm not very good at the internet. Hang on. I bet someone's typed it in already, haven't they, in the chat? I'm going to all this effort of What's the oh, here we go. Open training announcement. Here we go. So Tottenham Hotspur have this is from Optus Stadium, sponsor of the week stadium. Tottenham Hotspur have announced their open training session ahead of their unmissable match against London rivals. Don't know about rivals. On Tuesday, the 18th of July at Optus Stadium. This is your chance to get up and close and personal with the team and see the icons of Premier League football in action. Details. Monday at 6 p.m. Yeah, okay, this should be all good to go there. Tickets are only $5 for that. If I was over there, I'd go there in a flash. That'd be great. Probably not the same. Do you remember last year when we saw them all the players throwing up because they were sprinting too much, and some people, including myself a little bit, thought, yeah, that's a good thing, Conte. Get fucking into them. And just shows how little I know about football, because he didn't make for good football at all. Hey, hello, man. Hey, Chris, how you going? I go to bed with Paul, wake up with Paul. It's weird. It's weird shit, isn't it? I know, man. But, you know, for me, it's the same with some streamers in England as well. Maybe not at this time of the year, but when your summertime's finished and we've got summertime and it's 9 hours different instead of 11, I tend to get the same thing a couple of times. There's a flight at 11:40 non-stop, says Side Answer. I reckon they'd be on some fucking private thing, wouldn't they? Chartered or something. 11:40 p.m. Open training session. Yeah, $5. That's all it is, man. $5. Someone's streaming. It might even be on. Will it be on? It probably won't be on 10 Play. No, I don't think it'll be on 10 Play in Australia. Might be on Spurs Play. How much they're charging it. I wonder how much. I was going to have a look at the Tottenham Hotspur's membership. I wonder if they've got any more details about what this. They're doing this online $10 membership for the Perth tour, but it didn't say what it included. So I'm thinking, well, apart from the fact I ain't got a working credit card at the moment, GoFundMe in the description to help a brother out. Oh, what's this? I've got the wrong thing here. No, hang on. Tottenham. Did I type in the right thing? Spurs, yeah. Tottenham Spurs. And I've got to scroll. There we go. Spurs. Here we go. Okay, we've got an event list. What's happening here? Doobie 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 doo. Trivia night. 11-a-side charity game. Yeah, no. Oh, ticketing update. Here we go. What's going on here? Oh, this is to buy tickets at White Hart Lane. Where's bloody membership? I just want to know how much membership. There we go. Perth Online Tour membership. This is the Australian Spurs thing, and it still doesn't say what it's for. I don't understand. I don't understand it. It just sounds like they're trying to milk us for nothing. Not the fan organisations, but Tottenham. Mark says, knowing Levy, they'll be going straight over on the Bounty. Yeah, they might end up on Pitcairn Island, eh? You know, that'd be a whole nother story in itself. Like, in 200 years' time, all the descendants might be like from Spurs players, as well as Mr. Christian, all that lot. They probably could do with a few more genes over there. 24Z, oh, okay, we should know the squad soon. Yeah, I shower in the morning with Paul too, says Bruno Sales. You're either live late or super early, I don't know, man. Dave Galloway, I tried to donate to your GoFundMe, but it keeps saying there was an error at Google Pay set up, so I don't know. Yeah, a couple of people have had problems, man, and then it works. I mean, I appreciate the effort, man. That's cool. But look, if it just don't work, it just don't work, does it? You know, that's technology for you. Thanks Google Pay, bastards. Chris says the players were vomiting, throwing up because they were disgusted by Conte ball. Yeah, maybe that was an early sign that things weren't going. That there was something rotten in the state of Denmark, eh? Aussie Audio Artisan says there's been 7 seasons of Aussie Gold Hunters. Is this one of those programs that's famous outside Australia? That Aussie, I'm curious now. Is it even exist on Australian TV? No. No, it's not on Australian TV, man. I think you've been ripped off. Started in 2016. Must be fairly popular, but I only started watching it 2 weeks ago. I've never heard of it, man. I've never heard of it. It's like one of those programs, like, I suppose, Crocodile Hunter. That wasn't like huge in Australia. It was a little bit, I suppose, but it's much bigger in America than it was here. Neighbours was much bigger in the UK than over here. I can believe when I got here in '95, no fucker watched Neighbours. More people watched Home and Away. But no one cares about them now. Future Music, good day, man. Good evening, sir. Good morning from a very, very wet Oxfordshire. Come on, you Spurs. That's it, man. Well, as long as the weather's dry, was it next week in England when the 4th test starts? That'd be the main thing. Oh, so, is the hammer needed? Yeah. No, I've posted it over to Perth, mate, just in case one of our players gets a bit injured. You know, I'm a team first, PC second kind of guy. But I think since I've made some changes to the setup I've got, which make it's a lot less stressful for the PC. It seems to be, the PC seems to be digging it a bit more. Oh, by the way, today I did fart around experimenting with a green screen on the other side of my couch. I've still got sticky tape. Oh God, I've got 3 bits of sticky tape on the wall where I was just placing this green sheet, and it just looks shit. So yeah, maybe when you know, if the channel takes off, I'll get a proper green screen. I was using a green sheet, which I have used before, but I think because I've washed it a few times, it's kind of faded a bit, and maybe my skin's too close to the colour. I can't get the chroma key working, but you know, we'll get there in the end. Hey, hello, Kate. Just went to bed and you're on. Everyone goes to bed and I'm on. Oh man. Evening, Paul. I hope you're well and all that. Yeah. Cool, man. So you're another person that you go to bed with me and you wake up with me. It's a bit. I think it's a bit. It is. Now I put it like that. It is a bit weird, eh? I suppose it almost like might seem like I've just been sitting here all day, but. Oh dear, that's funny. Broom South, Home and Away was on TV here when I was a kid in Norway. Yeah, it's sort of, I don't know anyone that watches it here, to be honest. Sheriff says, Steve Irwin is a legend and the Barefoot Bushman. Barefoot Bushman? Never heard of him, man. I've heard of the Bush Tucker, man. Oh, Ben's waking up with me. Go and have a coffee. Don't wake up with me, man. I'm nothing compared to caffeine. You should know that. God. Oh no. That's just wrong. I'm not. Oh, you don't want to know that, man. You don't want to know that. Well, you know what? I'll have a quick look for Spurs news. I might finish up soon. Sorry if I started this stream on a bit of a downer, but I just wanted to quickly talk about that. And everyone's been talking about it, so I thought I'd add my 2 cents. And, you know, sort of calm down a bit. I got a bit sort of out, because it's something I'm really passionate about, is mental health. Apart from working on a suicide line, I also used to run my own counselling practice as well as me having mental health problems myself, you know. So just wanted to clear up a bit of shit out there, that's all. But everyone's different. Tottenham, hang on, let's have a look here. Tottenham. just saw a picture of Arteta. We don't want to know. Oh, tour announcement squad day, says Lily White Rose. Well, okay, well, we don't know what it is yet. Maybe I'm just too cynical, but I think people are just trying to get clicks out of Dele Alli, and I don't like it. No more news there. No more news there. Has anyone got any news? Anyone got 24Z? You're my roving news hound, man. Have you got any breaking news? Because I'm not seeing nothing here. Butkus. No. 24Z, oh, here he is. Oh well. There's nothing happening at all. All I can say is everyone's on the Postacoglu choo-choo. There we go. We've got a couple more comments and then I'll wrap up today. I'll have a long old day today. Yeah, fresh as a daisy for tomorrow. What's this? Oh, hang on. Oh, please. Ben says Paul is definitely on the Jack Hargreaves level of chill and getting shit done. Well, you know, he was pretty chill actually, wasn't he? And he just quietly whittled away a corn pipe, a pipe out of a corn on the cob or something like that. No mate, no bloody news, annoying, yeah. New series of Out of Town coming soon. Well, you know, I'll have to... That theme tune they used for Out of Town, I'm thinking of Old Country, which was the one after. It's a piece of classical music. And I'm sure I could find a version of that that's public domain. So maybe, man, maybe. It's, I've got it on LP actually, but it's the one in, there was that movie, Pete Postlethwaite, and it's set in a mining village where the mines are closing down and they're in a brass band competition and they play this tune called Orange Juice, but it's not called Orange Juice, but that's the tune it is, you know what I mean? Derek Galloway, so the 45 million midfielder is getting the shit can. Yeah, could be. Good bit of money, man. Good bit of money. Kate, Bayern and Tottenham met for Harry Kane as per Bayern. German news, still no beard. Nah, Thomas Tuchel. I don't like him. I'm glad he didn't become our manager. Paddy Hartnett, g'day man. Morning everyone. Don't forget to tune in to Purchase charity stream today. Yeah, Purchase doing a charity stream. If that's your gig, just pop on over to his channel. Bruce South, as a Man United fan, I'm curious if you would take a player like Victor Lindelof. If I knew it, look, unfortunately my knowledge of players and world football is pretty slim, man, so I wouldn't know, unfortunately. Maybe, probably, yes, no, don't know. Bears do shit in the woods, Kate. Ben says Jack Hargreaves was resurrected and he's going to start putting shelves up again. Yeah, I think he's going to make a few of those like horse bridle leathers with the buckles. Let's, you know, stick them. Oh, maybe I could. Oh no. Well, I have got a load on the wall, but I'm using a fake green screen, so you can't see them. I've got wooden Welsh love spoons. What else? I've got like John Barley corns made out of wheat. I've got it all hanging up there, Ben. But you know, I do like a bit of privacy to my art, man. Jim's in here. Good evening, Paul. Hope you're well. in hands we trust. Brastoff, that's the bloody movie, man. That is the movie. Now, I'm pretty sure. Hang on, I am going to go down a little bit of a rabbit hole here. I'm going to go down a bit of a rabbit hole. Bear with me. I'm just going to see what the old country theme tune is, because I'm sure it's that, a version of that. Thing from out of town. Here we go. What is it? Might have to play this quietly. Yes, that's it. That's it. It's the same theme tune, Ben. This, or maybe it was Out of Town. Oh, Recuerdos del Alhambra. Okay. Now, hang on. If I can find a public domain version. I've got to find if I find someone that isn't going to sue me. Let me have a look here. Hang on. We might have something going here, Ben. We might have something going here. Oh, I needed a bit of stupidity. Thanks, man. Okay, let me see. Recuerdos Alhambra public domain. Public domain. No, shush, don't stop. Shush, don't want to get sued. Let me just type it in. Domain. You've got John Williams, is it? Is it John Williams, the old guitar player, is it? It's John Williams. No. I thought it was an old classical one. Oh, I got the music completely wrong then. Hang on, let me just play a little bit. Without... 5 seconds, hang on. Yep, there we go, that'll do. That'll do. But that was it, wasn't it? I thought it was something else, orange juice, but never mind. Forgot to say goodnight, Paul. Ah, you're alright, man. You forgive me everything, man. Derek says Harry Kane takes one for Team Hot Wings. Yeah, man. Did you see that? I thought it was alright. He didn't show too much. I don't know, flappability, did he? I'm quite surprised. Well, I'm not surprised. Okay, visions of you living in a wigwam. Yeah, that would suit me down to the bloody ground, man. Get away from all this crap. Just have a little fire, you know, keep all the bad animals away. Cook a few good animals over it. Easy peasy, man. Oh, wow. Should be public domain. Was written in 1899, but then you've got to find a recording, haven't you? You've got to find a recording from early, because it's the person that, you know, did it. You know, they can claim some copyright on it. Oh, so John Williams didn't write it. Okay, gotcha. So but his is the most famous cover of it. Gotcha. All right. Well, you've given me hope there, Mr. Kaufman. I will try and search it out. Got to find one that's old though. That's right, man. That's the thing. Yeah, bloody Walt Disney, eh? Bloody Walt Disney. G'day, Ben. Bobby K. How you going, man? How you going? Let's see. There's a few people coming in here. You're just all rolling in. And I thought I was just running out of steam, but in fact, I think I am running. Oh, here we go. This owner of the Pissy Dogs. Honestly, I don't care about Kane. What's he trying to do? Son is a bigger player and a big game player. He's not even top 10. Now, riddle me this. Okay, I think you said this the other night, man. Give me your top 10 players. Give me your top 10 players. I'm curious. I'm not saying it's overpoke. I'm just interested to know your top 10. I'll give you a little minute to type in the top 10. It doesn't have to be completely accurate, but if it just gives me a sort of flavour of the players that you're putting above Kane, because I might well agree with you. You know, let me see if I could come up with 10 players better than Harry Kane. Danny Blanchflower, Jimmy Greaves, Pat Jennings, Ted Ditchburn. Then I start slowing down. Glenn Hoddle, Aussie Idealist. But you know, I can get kind of close. I don't. I think Harry Kane is a great, and all those, it's like splitting straws though. All of those players I've mentioned are great, and I think Harry Kane is great. It's very hard to differentiate, but you seem quite adamant that, you know, you're not on the Kane thing for some reason. Ah, Jinx thinks Harry will not leave. Okay, all right. Yeah, well, you know, we've all got our favourite players, haven't we? You know, there's some players we bond with and some we don't. You know, that's just football. Just football. All right, dudes. Well, I think I'm gonna pull up stumps for the evening, and I hope it's been a, you know, after my rant at the beginning, quite emotional rant. I hope it's been a bit chill, you know, and I'll probably do a stream in about another 12 odd hours when you're all going to bed, eh? So you can go to bed with me, which is like weird. But I hope you're all well. Thanks for all your comments and all that, and thanks for everyone that's liking and subscribe. Just a quick note for the GoFundMe, because you know times are tough, and it'd be greatly appreciated. But until next time, mes amiga and mes amigos.